hello. Hola, hola, hola. Welcome to a new episode of the Yoga for All Bodies video podcast. Today, I have an incredible and amazing guest for you. Rodrigo Souza is an adaptive, accessible yoga teacher, disability and accessibility advocate. And 6 years ago, he fell from a cliff and broke his back. Due to that, he's also a full-time wheelchair user. Yoga has brought endless benefits for him. So as a teacher, he's willing to offer and share all his knowledge and experiences with folks who are going or have gone through the same challenges that he has. He's also sharing his journey and amazing tips on the Instagram account Allihopa Yoga. Hello.
Hello, Natalia.
How are you?
I'm all right. Not too bad. I'm okay. I've got a bit of pain today, but it's manageable, you know. And beside everything is all good.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
I'm honored that you're here today. And I have so many questions for you.
Go on.
So I would like to know, how did yoga came to your life?
How yoga came to my life? There are two kinds of yoga that came to my life, you know, one prior accident and one after accident. You know, the one prior accident was the yoga as a form of exercise. You know, I didn't know what yoga was. I used to live in London. I used to work as a DJ, work as managing bars. Had a lot of late nights, a lot of booze. And I wanted to find something that I would exercise and get healthier. So there was a yoga studio close to my home, you know, in the same street called Bikram Yoga. So I started going there like once a week. You know, I found it really fun and healthy. That was like when I was 20 something. That was like over 13 years ago. Long time ago, ages ago. And but it's like, as you mentioned, I fell from a cliff, I broke my back, and then I had an accident. And in the rehabilitation center, I had the physiotherapist Anna, and she was teaching me how to do some stretchings in the bed, so I would deal with my spasticity better. And once she started teaching me that, and then I realized that's like I knew some of the stretches, and then I Google wheelchair yoga or paraplegic yoga, and then I came across Matthew Sanford, and then I started studying adaptive yoga. That was the real yoga, you know, what yoga is like, you know, not just physical exercise, but like, you know, like a tool of self-development and discovery, and you know, how to deal with yourself basically. And so it came about 5-6 years ago. You know, I started doing a wheelchair. Yeah.
And you mentioned so many interesting things. So number one, in what moment did you realize that yoga were more than stretches? And how your relationship with your body changed after the accident thanks to yoga?
I think it's like my teacher, Matthew Sanford, since the beginning, because like his way of teaching is very philosophical. You know, he tried to make variations of the asana from inside out. And I read his book, and then I start understanding, more yoga through its philosophy, you know. And I was adapting everything that he was teaching to my body, you know. And then I start to realize that was much deeper than just a physical exercise, just to, you know, move your arms. And it's like, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I start feeling calmer. I start feeling like less anxious, you know, my body started feeling good. And I think was like after 1 year and a half, 2 years, I started doing it daily, you know. It came very slowly to me, you know.
Amazing.
wasn't straight away. I am like, I took my sweet time about it. I was like, oh, okay, let's try this now. Oh, maybe we should try this as well. Oh, maybe, I was exploring. I'm still am. I'm very curious. Exploration of sensations and how my body feels, and you know, so I'm doing it still.
Love it. And at the end of the day, that's yoga. It's not
Yeah,
like recreating a shape. No, it's like, how does it feel in your body?
yeah, yeah.
That's when
It
yoga
feels
happens.
exactly. Yeah,
And
I'm very grateful to have found him and had the opportunity to learn.
love it. And he's the creator of Mind Body Solutions, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
In case
yeah,
someone wants to look it up, Mind Body
yeah,
Solutions.
yeah.
And in what moment did you realize that you wanted to become a teacher? What happened
Well,
there?
yeah, it's like I was studying. I was studying with him, like I was doing adaptive yoga daily. I do it daily, and I combine with mindfulness. With meditation. I just like go around and try stuff out. And I work in a charity organization here in Sweden. They call AG Active Rehabilitating. It's a organization where I am a mentor for newly injured folks, people that has gone through an accident, and then we organize camps, and we have them with us for like 2 weeks, sometimes 10 days, and we teach them how to be independent, how to use the wheelchair, how to go to the toilet. We talk about sexuality. It's like right after you have an accident, you go to these camps, and then you relearn how to deal with your body. And in some of these occasions, I found myself, I'm gonna teach them yoga, even though I wasn't certified or anything. I was like, I've been doing yoga for so long and so nice. I'm gonna teach them yoga. And I remember that there was a room upstairs, and then I sent everyone upstairs, and I told the physiotherapist students, go up there, and then we're gonna teach them yoga. They look at me, it's like, this guy, what is he talking about? I'm gonna teach them yoga. We were like about 5 paraplegics and 3 quadriplegics, like tetraplegics, like really high level. And then I said, okay, you guys gonna go to the floor, you stay in the chair. And there's like, I just led the class like 45 minutes, and in the end of it, I get very emotional to talk about it, because I get such a beautiful feedback. And some people look at me and I say, Rodrigo, the way you talk, I felt this way. And it's like, I realized that I had the power to make people feel good in their bodies, and I was just like, fuck everything else. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna study yoga. I'm gonna be a yoga teacher now. I don't want to do anything else in my life. And that was like 2 years ago. And it's like, I've been studying since then to become a teacher. It's just so
Love it.
beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And so powerful. I can feel your emotion, really. So thank you
yeah,
so much for sharing that. It's such an important tool and a message, like really being able to embrace your body the way it
yeah,
is today. Such, oh, I had no idea. I have been following you for a long time on social media,
yeah.
but I didn't know this story. So thank you. Thank you for sharing.
And one thing, Natalie, that's like Natalia, sorry, that's like many people don't think about. It's like when you live in a broken body, when you live in a disabled body, you deal with a lot of pain. I'm having pain right now. You deal with a lot of anxiety. You take a lot of medications. You have a lot of cognitive side effects from these medications. And especially after an accident, a life-changing injury like that, you go through trauma, you are very depressed as well. And it's like the last thing you want to do is to be in your body. You do everything to get out, to entertain yourself. And when I start doing yoga, I start going back in, and it's like it took a while. As I told you, it took like over a year to feel safe in my own body again, and to be able to show people that, especially this population that has gone through so many difficulties in their lives, and say, stay in your body. I know it hurts. I know it's not very welcoming, but it's like it's the one that you've got. It's like be here for a while. And it's like the feedback that I get is just like, it's so meaningful for me. It just keeps me, very satisfied with what I'm doing, that I didn't have this anywhere before, and I have been working on so many different things. I never got this kind of things, kind of feeling back. So it's amazing.
Amazing. Yes, 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 yes. And I
Hmm.
can really tell that it comes from a place of love
Yeah,
and and wanting to share this gift, these tools. And I think those are the yoga teachers that really make the difference.
yeah.
Because sadly, we see a lot of yoga teachers that want to become teachers because they almost want to become celebrities in the yoga.
Mm,
And no, the most important message, the difference that you're going to make in your students is when it comes one from experience. So at least I also do it. I only teach things that I have in my practice that I can really speak from the heart.
yeah.
So yes, and those I yes, love it.
It's real, Natalia. It's real, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like the journey is so short. We are here for like 70, 80 years. You got to be real, man. You know, it comes, you got to take stuff from there and put it out. You cannot just make stuff up.
no, no.
No,
Thank you for
it's too
sharing that
sad.
story. Yes, powerful.
Yeah,
I got all the chills, all the emotions. And you mentioned that because of the accident you had and the population that you work with, there's a lot of pain, physical pain
yeah.
involved. In terms
Mm.
of managing that pain, how does yoga help?
Well, it's like I have a pain called neuropathic pain. I've got pain all the time, the chronic pain. And after I've been to so many, after my accident, I've been to so many neurologists, and I have taken so many drugs like morphine, Lyrica, gabapentin, you name it. I've took all of them, you know, and they help me, but they give me cognitive side effects that I'm not able to drive my car, I'm not able to work, not able to do anything. I feel like a zombie, apathic, you know. And the only thing that really helped me is adaptive yoga combined with mindfulness. They help me because like they make me feel in my body, instead of going somewhere, just to get rid of the pain. I am able to live with the pain now. you know I know that's not going to last forever. I know that it's here, and it's like it makes me relaxed my mind. That's like I don't get so anxious or I don't get so depressed when it comes. Apart from the flexibility that I do, I practice in bed, I practice in my own chair, you know, and because when you stay in a wheelchair for more than 3 hours, it's like your muscles get really tight, really rigid. So it's like, you do like a 10 minutes practice here, a 10 minutes practice, after, you being to bed. And it's like, it naturally relaxes your muscles. So it's like physical and mentally speaking, it's like yoga is one of the best tools you can have against pain, you know but the problem is not many people knows that. The people don't
True.
know about it. People thinks that yoga is to be taught at a studio, for able-bodied thin white people. That's sad. I tell people that I am a yoga teacher, that I'm studying, and then they look at me like, they think that I am an astronaut or something. It's like, no, it's true. It's like, and my teacher, he's also in a wheelchair. tell them that. I was like, wow, it's true. Yeah, it is. You know? So
Yes.
it's like we need to change. We need to break this narrative of what yoga is.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, that's why
Yes.
we're here. We are lucky to
Yeah.
live in an era that we have social media. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see that every single day representation is growing, but we still need
Yeah.
to disrupt because, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
yes,
And
yes,
it's
yes.
like I saw that you interviewed Jivana as well. He has influenced me so much. I have studied with him as well, and he with like a Satsuma yoga training. And it's like the things that he says and the things that he do, and it's like I think we have a lot to do, but like the movement that he has created has gone like well. We see nowadays things changing around, and every day is gonna be more and more and more of people think that way. That's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes, yes. Because it's so important. So,
It
so
is.
important. For
Mm-hmm.
example, even myself, I'm in an able body, but I've been in a larger body, in a smaller body. And just because I didn't feel like comfortable to go in a studio, I started
Mm.
practicing at home. And
Mm.
that time I got empowered to go a studio, my experience was horrible. And I
Yeah,
noticed so many things that, oh, teachers grabbing the underarms of the students, things like you say, no, why are you doing that? No. And
that's
that
rude.
still happens. Yes. And that still happens. Yes. So
That's so rude. Yeah, no
extremely
good.
rude.
Yeah,
Jokes about losing the belly for the summer, things like that. Like what? No.
yeah,
So that's why we are doing what we are doing.
exactly. Yeah, and we're gonna change. In a few years' time, we're gonna look back and we're gonna see a lot of, folks with larger bodies and a lot of wheelchair users doing yoga on Instagram, and I will be so happy. I was like, yes.
Me too. And in the
Yeah,
same line, I've also noticed that in your social medias, you are teaching people. You're informing
yeah,
them about how to, things like just how you can speak with someone with a disability.
yeah.
What can you share about that and the reception that it has gotten?
It's like I have like a lot of people that they get in touch with me because like they say, oh, my brother just had an accident and he's very sad, he needs to do something, or my boyfriend just had an accident or something, and then I just found your Instagram, you're very inspirational. And then it's like I kind of because I work as a mentor, and yoga is one of the tools I use. you know i i I work with this population, and then I try to make them feel better with the situation they're living in. And sometimes I teach them yoga. Sometimes I tell them that like there is a course that they should be taking. I send them to read some books that I have read. So it's like there are many things that put it together. You can make someone go through this difficult situation, you know, easier.
Love it. And as you were mentioning this, I remember that I don't know how many months ago you published a video that for me was super revealing. And it was in relation of when you are speak if you are in an able body and you're speaking with a wheelchair user, that you
Mm.
need to sit to be in the same level.
Yeah,
Things like just that you don't need to talk like this.
all the time. Yeah,
Yes. And those are
yeah,
things that are like
yeah,
nobody at school, at least at me, nobody told me that.
yeah,
No. And I don't know
exactly.
if someone that has never been maybe in the accessible community, they
Hmm.
know. So those tips are amazing. How
Yeah.
did people react to that?
Well, they actually they don't know about it. It's like Natalia, the truth is, uh, if you don't know anybody who has a disability, you don't have a clue what accessibility is. That's the truth, you know. I can see from my friends and my family. I can see for myself before my accident. And I used to go places. I didn't care if there is a ramp or is a set of stairs. I didn't care. I didn't know how to talk to people. You know, I saw somebody in a wheelchair, and then I had pity. You know, it's like, wow, oh my God, if it was me, I don't know what I would do. You know, and now that I am here in this side. You know, it's like the disability community embrace me and say, now you are one of us. You know, I think it's important for me to advocate, because as I didn't know, as my friend didn't know, a lot of people don't know. You know, if you don't know, if you don't like hang out, don't socialize with a wheelchair user, if you don't have a friend or a colleague or at work, or if you don't know a wheelchair user, you don't know anything about this kind of things, you know, because like this is the things that they don't teach us this at school. You know, they teach us algebra and all that stuff that you're never gonna use. I don't know why they do that, but it's like they do, you know, maybe to grow the economy and make money, isn't it? But they don't teach us this, you know, human relations. We don't know how to deal with it. Every time I go out, it's like, you know, I see in the people eyes that's like they have pity of me, you know, and it's like that's not a very nice feeling to see in people eyes, you know. Sometimes I have conversation with people, and then I need to be like that for like, you know, 20 minutes, and then I think to myself, hang on a minute, they don't have a common sense that would be much easier if they sit down to have an eye level so we can have a conversation. And like, I think it's important to talk about these kind of things, you know, because in the end of the day, we just had an accident, man. We are like everybody else, you know. I'm still the same Rodrigo has before, you know. I just have a broken back. I use a wheelchair. I'm not better. I'm not worse than anybody else. I'm just me, you know.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
thank you one more time for sharing that, because it's so important, so needed.
yeah.
I learned so much from you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And you're also the founder of Allihopa Yoga.
Yeah.
What is that? Tell us, and what it stands for, everything.
It's like Allihopa is my favorite Swedish word. I live in Sweden, and my favorite Swedish word is Allihopa. It means all together, you know. And I'm planning to I'm planning to start giving classes. I am in the process to open my own company. I was supposed to open a non-profit, but like I will start with my own company first. And once that's ready, it might take about a few months. I'm doing the bureaucratic work now, you know, the paperwork. And once that is ready, I will start giving classes to people in a wheelchair, for disabled people, you know. And but it's like I don't want only disabled people to take my class, you know. I will design the class for them because I am in a wheelchair myself. But it's like Ivana taught me, I want to be able to teach everyone in the same class. So Allihopa, you know, is welcome. Allihopa in the same class. Wheelchair users, folks standing up, folks on the mat, everyone. And I'm very excited to be creating these things now, you know, because it's something that I've been looking forward for so long. And with the pandemic, I had the opportunity to take the education and to learn. I'm still, you know, studying, and it's something that is, it makes me very happy to be doing this.
Yes, I can tell.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yes, and all the success.
Mhm. Thank you.
and and now a question that I ask all the guests. Yoga for all
Okay.
bodies, it's about using yoga props, creating variations. So I would like to know, what is your favorite yoga prop and why?
My favorite yoga prop is the blocks. You
The
know,
blocks.
yeah, because like it's easier for me to get grounded I'm gonna explain why. When you are in a wheelchair, or Natalia, your feet doesn't touch the floor. So it's like you are basic floating in the air. You're floating. I am floating in space all the time. So it's very hard for me to feel grounded, especially at the beginning of the practice and in Shavasana. So it's like what I do, I take my feet out of the footrest, and then I place a block. So I elevate the floor and then I touch the floor, you know. So it's much easier for me to get grounded when I use the blocks, you know.
Love
So
it.
I take blocks everywhere. It's like it's and I bring the floor up as well when I do like side bendings, and I use in so many different ways. I like exploring it. I don't usually practice on the mat very often because it's very hard for me to get back in my chair. The transfer from the floor to the wheelchair is very difficult to do because my injury level is quite high. So it's like I practice a lot in the chair, and it's very difficult to get grounded in the chair. So it's like I use the blocks to get grounded.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Yes.
You're welcome.
Amazing tip. Yes, love it.
Yeah.
And what would you say to a wheelchair user that is maybe watching this video, or a family member that has someone in a wheelchair and they are maybe unsure of starting practicing yoga? What would you tell them?
I tell them, come and practice yoga, and you're gonna feel so much better. You know, we don't practice yoga to. I shared this quote the other day that is so beautiful. We don't practice yoga to get flexible. We practice yoga. No, we don't practice yoga to get better at yoga. We practice yoga to get better at living. And this is the thing. It's so deep. You think you're just moving your arm, or you're stretching, but it's so much more than that. And everyone can benefit from it, especially us wheelchair users that has gone through trauma, disability, loss. you know we don't usually stay in our bodies too much, so yoga is a tool to bring yourself back. And once you're back, you don't want to go anywhere else. Life is so much easier in that.
Love it. Beautiful message. Yes, yes, yes. And finally, how can people find you? Give all the information, all the details, everything.
It's very simple. People can come to Malmo, is a city in south of Sweden. Bangotanota, just knock my door. I'm
No, don't do
we,
that.
we can have a coffee together. No, I'm joking. I am in the process. I am in the process to create a website now, so I don't have a website. But you can find me on Instagram. I've got like a page there called Allihopa Yoga. Allihopa with 2 L's. Allihopa. So
Perfect.
you can find me there.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And anything else you would like to share with the audience of the video podcast?
I just want to share that you've been sharing this message as well, and I'm so grateful to be here talking about this. I just want to press the same button again and again, that yoga is for everyone. That yoga is for all the bodies. It doesn't matter which color of your skin, how you weight, if your body has gone through trauma, anything, man. It's just have your mind open, explore what yoga has to give, and you can pick up so many beautiful things along the journey learning yoga that's gonna make your life so much easier.
Yes, 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 totally agree. So thank you one more time for sharing your story, sharing your journey. Thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you.
You too.
And if you're watching
Lovely.
this video, like it, share it, subscribe, because this is a message everybody needs to know. Yoga really is for all bodies.
That's true.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. See you soon. See you at your houses. And we will meet
Bye.
in a new episode of the Yoga for All Bodies video podcast. Bye.